Alright, so let's talk about section 5.5, which is on non-homogeneous equations and undetermined coefficients. So a non-homogeneous equations with constant coefficients is of the form an times the nth derivative y plus an minus 1 times the n minus first derivative y all the way to a2 times y double prime plus a1 times y prime plus a0 times y. But now, because it's not necessarily homogeneous, the right-hand side could be a function of x. So a solution of this non-homogeneous equation is of the form y equals to yc plus yp. So yc is what's called the complementary solution. Which is the solutions to the homogeneous part. So basically we solve the exact same differential equation with the right hand side being 0. And this we know how to solve from section 5.3. And yp is particular solution. So here's something you notice. So all we need is all complementary solutions and one particular solution. Then we can find the solution for the differential equation. Okay, so now the hard part is to how do we find this one particular solution. This is might be a little depressing, but the only way to do this is by what's called guessing. A fancy way to call guessing is what's called the method of undetermined coefficients. All right, so let's actually do an example. So let's consider a differential equation y double prime plus 3y prime plus 2y equal to 2x minus 1. So let's first solve the homogeneous part. So the homogeneous part is y double prime plus 3y prime plus 2y equal to 0. To solve this, we use the characteristic equation, which is r squared plus 3r plus 2 equal to 0, which factors into r plus 1, r plus 2 equal to 0. So the roots are -1 and -2. So the complementary solution yc is the linear combination of e to the negative x and e to the negative 2x. So it's c1 times e to the negative x plus c2 times e to the negative 2x. Now let's deal with particular solution. So we want to make a good guess. So if you look at the right-hand side, this is the polynomial of degree 1. So a reasonable guess for a particular solution is yp equals to a polynomial of degree 1, so ax plus b. Now we have made a guess, we plug it in. So if yp is ax plus b, then the derivative is just a, and the second derivative is 0. So if we plug it in to the original equation, we get 0 plus 3 times yp prime, which is a, plus 2 times y, which is ax plus b, equals to 2x minus 1. Rearranging the coefficients, we get 2ax plus 3a plus b, 2b, equals to 2x minus 1. So if we compare the coefficients, we get 2a equal to 2 and 3a plus 2b equals to -1. So this means a is equal to 1, and plug it in the second one, we get 2b is equal to -4, which tells you b is -2. So the particular solution is equal to 1x plus b, which is -2. So now we have a complementary solution and the particular solution. So the general solution of this non-homogeneous equation is y equals to c1 e to the -x plus c2 e to the -2x plus x minus 2. So it's equal to the complementary part plus the particular part. And C1 and C2 are unknown. To figure out what they are, we'll need initial conditions. Okay, so let's do another example. Let's say y double prime minus 4y equal to e to the x. So same thing. The homogeneous part is y double prime minus 4y equal to 0. The characteristic equation is r squared minus 4 equal to 0. So that means r plus 2, r minus 2 equal to 0. So the roots are 2 and -2. Yes, technically, -2 and 2. So the complementary solution is equal to the linear combination of e to the -2x and e to the 2x. Now let's deal with the particular solution. So same thing, we want to make a good guess. So if you look at the right hand side, it's e to the x. So a good guess would be yp equals to a constant times e to the x. So let's try to plug this in. So if yp is a times e to the x, yp prime is the same thing because e to the x has the same derivative as itself. And yp double prime is also equal to a times e to the x. So if we plug it in, the original equation, what we get is a times e to the x minus 4 times a times e to the x equals to e to the x. So that means -3a e to the x equal to e to the x. So compare the coefficients. -3a equal to 1. So a is -1/3. So the particular solution is equal to -1/3 times e to the x. So the general solution of this non-homogeneous differential equation is y equals to c1 times e to the -2x plus c2 times e to the 2x minus 1/3 times e to the x. So again, this is the complementary part, and this is the particular part.